Morning Blitz begins now.
All right. This is like technically hump day.
Hump day.
Yeah. Short work week for a lot of people.
Yeah, right. Smack dab in the middle.
Right.
You're right.
Hump day.
Oh, okay. All right.
Taco Tuesday and hump day finally fall on the same day.
Now, if today was my birthday, would you want me to tell you guys?
Well, yeah.
It's my birthday today.
It is her birthday today.
Is it really?
Yes.
Why didn't we know about this before? I would have brought...
No,
really?
no.
Yeah, it's July 2nd. I've known this for 30 years.
Why don't you share some of that info?
Because she doesn't want anything. And
I do want acknowledgement. I don't want gifts.
I would have had...
And I noticed you guys didn't acknowledge me right off the bat, so I figured rather than you be embarrassed later in the day, I would tell you now.
I didn't know, but I would have had something baked in your honor.
Oh, no. That's okay. Yeah, Thick's right. Thick's exactly right. I told him immediately that I did not want any gifts.
I'm that way. I don't even celebrate my birthday.
I do.
I'm same.
I absolutely celebrate my birthday. I love my birthday. My husband makes my birthday great every single year, so I always look forward to it. And I do expect gifts from him, and he never disappoints.
Okay.
Well, yeah, you should get gifts from him.
Yeah,
that's
right. Otherwise, we might have some issues.
No, we used to do it, each other gifts on Christmas and birthdays. And it's like, why?
It just was so much, wasn't
it? It's just stressful. It's like, why are we stressing each other out?
I know. But you are a great gift giver. I will say that for me. It is a stressful thing.
It really is.
So we've all relieved each other of that pressure. So anyway,
yeah. And I will still happily tell you happy birthday and celebrate and tell you I love you and I hope you have a great day.
I love you too. Thank you so much.
Well, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Feel bad. I didn't know. I would have done
That's
something.
why I said something, because I didn't want you to feel bad. So that is
too late.
This is it. This is exactly what we're talking about. And look, he's stressed out now.
I am.
Because he hasn't joined in the stress-free
Yeah, you need
ideal.
to embrace the stress-free ideal. No, there's no offerings except for a happy birthday. I do expect that. If you don't come through with a happy birthday, like vocally, I'll be like, dude.
Yeah, I don't...
And when we do nothing for your birthday in August, you don't have to worry about
it.
Yeah,
I don't even tell people what the day is.
Right.
What is the day?
I'm a Leo. What's the day? It's a day in August.
Do you know what the day is, Thick?
I don't know the date.
Dang it.
No,
but we don't have to worry about it.
Does.
I'm finding out. I know your full real name.
But you don't. But it's not. My birthday is not listed on any of my socials.
I don't care. I'm going to Google the crap out of you right now.
I'll save you the trouble and tell you when we're off the air.
Wait,
careful, you'll find out that group he's in Tennessee.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't need you digging into my cult. Especially if you have no intention of joining. That's going to make me look bad. A lot of people saying happy birthday.
Oh, thank you, Jeff.
Everybody
Mike,
should tell
Sean,
her happy
Popcorn
birthday. Pam,
Dustin, Clay, Caleb, Bob, Dylan, Doug, Kyle, Dylan again. Is that the same Dylan? Thank you, Dylan. 2 times. And then I've got a no-name person who just said, tell Kelly she's got a birthday friend in me. Aw, you've got a friend in me. Now, the only thing I do want from you guys today is to fully agree with my positions on anything I might discuss.
Yeah, but that doesn't have to be your birthday. That's every day.
That's every day, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Byron, Kurt, thank you.
Hey, real quick, another thing. We've had so much drone news in the past couple weeks we've been talking about. This one's actually very positive. Aero One. Have you heard of this company?
Aero One.
AIRO.
Oh, I thought it was Aero One, the grocery store.
Oh, no. Aero One.
Aero One.
They will do drone searches if you lose your pet. They will use drones to find your pet.
I love that. I might need that next time rather than the heart attack that my dog gave me just being in the woods for a solid hour. I could not find him.
Yeah, I just saw this on Facebook. AIRO. Aero One. They conduct drone searches to find missing pets.
What's their phone number?
Oh, I don't know. You can probably find them on Facebook, though. Just look up AIRO and then ONE. 2 words. Aero One.
I love that idea.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
That's cool.
My dog will stay in the woods. That's one thing I'm fairly confident about, is that he does not want to leave the woods. But I also can't ever see him or find him. So I need that service.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
He's one with the wild. Like his ancestors
He really
before
is.
him.
Have you ever watched a video of beagles hunting? It's really unsettling. It's so wild how crazy they get.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
What
what my
they
dog
do,
is.
man. It's in their nature.
Yep.
Yeah, they have their calling.
Have you guys ever lost your dogs before? Or are you pretty good about not losing your dogs?
I've never done that.
You've
I
never
really-
lost your dog? Oh, God.
I leave the gate open for the kid's dog to run away all the time. The damn thing sticks around.
Oh. Well,
Our dog never wanted to run away. It's like, why would I want to run away from this?
I wouldn't let. I would be searching frantically if one of the pugs went away. Now, if
Yeah.
the kid's dog went away,
I mean, we could call your mom in to take care of the situation.
Right, yeah.
We know how she does it.
right? Like if the kids, if people come over to visit, I'm like, hey, first person that shows up gets the dog. Like, that's the rule.
Lewis's mom took their childhood family dog and they drove all out to the country. They thought they were going to go do something fun, and then she
Dumped the
opened
dog.
the door, kicked the dog out of the car, and tore away.
She did not kick the dog out.
No,
she
I mean, you
gently
know.
set it down on the road and
She
drove away
gently,
fast.
yes.
Different.
I mean, I didn't mean a physical kick, but
No,
you know,
I
I
mean-
mean, that's an abandonment if I've ever heard one.
We learned pretty quickly not to get attached to pets in our house. You never knew how long they were going to be there. But to my mom's credit, as she got older, to pay, the karma came back, and she fostered over 100 different dogs.
Oh, that's so nice. I wonder if your childhood dog's still wandering around out there somewhere.
Probably. Probably. Nobody wants me. All I did was pee on the carpet. I'm sorry. I couldn't help it.
Hey, guys, it's World UFO Day.
Hey, great.
Still
also-
talking about Lewis's dog, but go on.
No,
It's
I
World
gotta have
UFO Day?
Yeah. And National Made in the USA Day.
Oh, I like that.
Why isn't
Made
that
in
on the 4th of
USA.
July?
I don't know.
Hmm.
I like
Anyway.
it.
Hey, well, you just threw out 2 possible trivia questions, but what do we got for real now?
All right. Well, it has to do with UFO Day. This because this is how this company is celebrating. It's a fast food chain,
Uranus?
and they're taking flight for World UFO Day, and they will use drones to deliver food to their most active rewards members for free today.
Oh.
So, who is the fast food chain?
I don't know.
Their drones are pretty cool. I was watching a video of them. These drones are pretty cool. They're loud, though. I can't imagine the sky filled with these, and that's what we're going to see one day. You realize that, right?
I'm going to venture it's not Arby's because they can't afford the meats, so I'm pretty sure they can't even afford the drones.
Well, I'm not going to tell you whether you're wrong or right.
There's your clue. I might just have been right.
Or not.
Or not.
So, yeah, which fast food chain is taking flight for World UFO Day to deliver food for free to their active reward members? Tell us at 99-700 be first, and you will get $25 to water beds and stuff.
6:26 on your morning blitz. It's Kelly. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Thick and loose. I'm upset that I didn't know until 20 minutes ago.
Well, put it down in your reminders, and next year I
Already
expect
done.
a very hearty happy birthday.
Already done.
Jeez.
Well, I mean, it would have been an excuse for me to stop and get pancakes for myself if I would have brought you breakfast on your birthday. So it's not that I really wanted to celebrate your birthday. I'm still upset that I didn't
Eat
benefit from
pancakes.
this.
It's always about you, isn't it?
Would you rather me be honest or would you rather me lie to you?
No, I like the honesty.
Thank you. See?
All right. Our
Could have
morning,
got some cake out of the deal. You like cake.
who doesn't like cake?
You're saying if I would have had Lauren bake something, you wouldn't have been happy about that?
You mean if she'd have baked something for Kelly?
Yeah, that you would have got a piece of too.
Oh, I would have?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
Well, a couple of birthday cupcakes or something
Yeah.
floating around in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you two are going fishing together. Maybe you throw a little cake on the menu for your fishing excursion. All right. And then you sing happy birthday to me between the two of you. All right.
do
Like
that.
out on the boat without you there?
Exactly.
Yeah, not happening.
I mean, you could
anyway.
record it.
We could
record it
FaceTime.
and send it to me.
We could
You could
FaceTime.
FaceTime me.
Oh, my
Yeah.
gosh.
And bring a candle, too, all right? Don't skimp on the candle.
What if we drop the candle and the boat catches on fire? That's a hell of a way to start.
I mean,
a
that's
day.
on you, isn't it?
It's potential. Anyway,
If that happens, remember when somebody texted yesterday and said, what happens if both of them go out fishing and only one of them comes back?
Yeah.
That's going to happen. If my boat catches on fire. All right. Our Morning Blitz trivia question was, what fast food chain is taking flight for World UFO Day today and using drones to deliver their food for free to their active rewards members? And the answer is Subway. Problem is, it's only launching in Atlanta, Dallas, Denver, and Orlando today.
Oh.
If you're in another location, though, you can get their unlimited footlong offering for 20% off. So, but they're delivering footlong subs, something new they've got called footlong dippers, and footlong cookies via drone in those cities. And their drones are pretty cool looking. But, yeah.
A foot-long cookie?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Right? I still haven't seen one.
A foot-long cookie?
Yeah.
I saw the advertisement. There's a Subway next to a Chinese joint that we got some food from the other night, and they had the poster for the foot-long, but it looks like it's just their foot-long wrap rolled up.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like if you get the flatbread or whatever, it looks like it's just one of those rolled up.
You sure that wasn't an Oriental joint?
It could have been an Oriental joint. That's a possibility. I mean, they are a Chinese food place, but I mean, I suppose it all falls in the same category, maybe.
Right.
I don't know.
Our guy Mike in Columbus was the first one to text in the correct answer, so he's got $25 to water beds and stuff.
The Colts on the Morning Blitz. Morning. It's Thick Rick, Kelly Quinn, Lewis, 639. How are we doing today?
Good. Steve said if you guys played Firewoman by the Cult every morning, I would not complain. What a banger.
Banger.
I love that band.
Yep. A lot of people talking about the Subway stuff, footlong pretzels, where it's at.
I mean, can you imagine a foot-long pretzel next to a foot-long cookie going back and forth between those two bad boys? Oh, that's perfect.
I've had the footlong pretzel before.
And?
It's okay. You know what it is? I'm not a fan of... I like it's the pretzel all depends on what you're dipping it into.
Okay, you're not a plain soft pretzel person?
No, I got to have a dip. I got to have a dip. I'm not necessarily a pretzel and cheese person, but a good mustard.
Ooh, that sounds good.
And I made the mistake of going honey mustard, and I don't like Subway's honey mustard. I should have went with like a deli mustard or something along those lines.
I love Gould's mustard.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
So I will put part of my pretzel, the blame of my less than perfect pretzel experience on myself. I'll take some blame here and there. So, can I tell you guys about my drive-thru experience?
Yes.
Please do.
I think I've said before, and I don't dislike them. They do what they do. I feel like Chick-fil-A is one of the most overrated fast food restaurants on the planet.
No Chick-fil-A sauce?
I just do. I feel like you wait forever, and it's just not overwhelmingly fantastic when you get it. It's okay at best. That's just my personal opinion.
Man, some people just rave about
They
that
sure
place.
do.
I will tell you,
I prefer Cane's.
If you are at
boom.
Kings Island or Cedar Point, forget about getting Chick-fil-A unless you want to wait in an hour-long line.
Yeah, no kidding. That's what you go there for? You go there for Chick-fil-A?
Well, I mean, you got to eat.
I know.
Sunday's like the only time you can get through the drive-thru.
I'm not wasting ride time on any place.
Yeah, I am. See, when I go to Kings Island, I'm not getting something I can get anywhere else.
Yeah.
I don't care. I just
an elephant ear?
With the exception of La Rosa's, because they slop, much like the stadium, they slop it together at amusement parks and stadiums, and it's better. But, so Saturday morning, I was up, running around, doing stuff. I went and, I just had a boxing class, and I was super hungry afterwards. I'm like, oh, I'm done in time. I can get Chick-fil-A breakfast. I'll get Chick-fil-A breakfast. Because usually the drive-thru line isn't as bad at breakfast. So I roll into Chick-fil-A. Mind you, I pulled into the drive-thru at 10:29.
When do they stop serving breakfast?
10:30. By the time I got to the speaker, and it's not even a speaker anymore. Now they have, like, attendants standing in the drive-thru. So you got 2 lanes in the drive-thru, 2 attendants with their little fluorescent vests so nobody runs them over in there with their iPads. And then you get up to the window, and then they have another person that makes you pull. It's a messed up system. And here's why it's messed up. 10:30 in the morning, I get to the Chick-fil-A drive-thru at 10:29. By the time I get up to where the attendant will take my order, it's 10:30. Maybe 10:31. And I said, can I still get breakfast? No. We stopped that at 10:30. I'm like, it's like 10:30 right now. Yeah, we're to the lunch menu now. I'm sorry. I'm like, okay, I don't want anything. Well, by then, I'm like, how do I get out of here? Oh, you're going to have to wait through the drive-thru.
Oh, you had to wait?
So I was stuck in the drive-thru, not ordering anything, because there's no exit strategy to that drive-thru now. Like, I can't just drive through because they're having an attendant in the drive-thru lane, gums up the system, and takes forever. I don't think it makes it move any faster. In fact, I would argue that it makes it slower. And I would rather have speed other than you calling me by my name and, hi, welcome to Chick-fil-A. How can we help you? I don't care. I want to get out of the drive-thru. That's how you can help me.
Now, I have a feeling that if they had let you order breakfast past their 10:30 cutoff time, that you would not be mad right now.
Well, no, because I would have waited in the drive-thru for a purpose. I would have had a reason to be there. And all I asked...
You didn't have an alternate order in your mind knowing you were getting there absolutely at the last second.
I wanted breakfast feeling like I could pull out of the drive-thru if I didn't want it.
Yeah.
And then I could
you were
because
stuck.
The other lane was empty next to me. Like I was in the left lane, the right lane of the drive-in was empty. I'm like, well, can you just move those cones so I can just pull right up? Oh, we can't move the cones. Yes, you can!
But, Kelly, you said he would have been happy. I wonder, though, if, if they went ahead and had breakfast, it might have been some really old food.
Now, here's...
At 10:31?
Well, yeah, like stuff that had been sitting for a while. You know what I mean? Because they're not cooking fresh breakfast at 10:25. They're not getting fresh stuff ready.
It's chicken. It's the difference between you put it on an English muffin or a bun.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
It's the same stuff?
Yeah.
Then why didn't you just get a bun with chicken in it?
Because I wanted the egg that goes with it. I wanted the egg.
Okay.
I wanted it. They do like a chicken sandwich. It's like a breakfast chicken sandwich. So you get like the egg, the cheese, and chicken on a bun or on an English muffin. That's what I wanted.
Okay, so...
I'm not going to be in falling down too, Mark, I promise.
Tell me really honestly, from your heart, okay? Mm-hmm. Search deep into your soul.
I'm in my soul.
All right? Were you trying to get back at them by saying, I'm not ordering anything now?
No, I was not. I wanted.
And then they kept you. They held you hostage in their drive-through line.
Was not. I'm not a fan of fast food. I do, but once in a while, I do like an egg McMuffin or a breakfast sandwich. Once in a great while, not often. So I solely pulled into there for the sole purpose of getting a Chick-fil-A breakfast sandwich. That's what I wanted. When they didn't have it, I did not think I was going to have to sit in the drive-thru while they greeted 10 other people, and it took forever for them to cook whoever. And it never fails. Whenever I get in the drive-thru, I am behind the person that orders the entire G-damn restaurant in front of me, and just like clockwork.
Yeah.
But I was like...
I bet they got breakfast.
I bet they probably did. But all I wanted, she could have moved one cone, and I could have eased on out of the drive-thru, and that would I can't move the cones.
So taking the egg off that sandwich really was absolutely not what you wanted.
It was not just the egg; it was also the English muffin, Kelly.
Oh, gotcha. It does change it. It does. I'm going to give you that. It changes it.
Changes the flavor of everything.
Now,
go ahead.
I was just going to say, Ryan the welder said that they changed their chicken and it's not the same.
It's not. I don't know.
How do you change chicken?
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's
like the breading.
batter. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know.
gotcha.
I don't know. That's just what he texted in. I've only been there, I think, like once, and it was quite a while ago.
Yeah, I have. This is the first time I've been. The little girl in the house likes Chick-fil-A. The last time I went to Chick-fil-A was to get her lunch for one of her practices, and it took forever. But I at least had a purpose for being there. All I wanted was out of there. I literally waited in this drive-thru for 12 minutes, not ordering anything.
Oh, boy, it makes it much worse, doesn't it? You have 12 minutes to just sit there in your angry juices.
Do nothing.
Oh.
And all you had to do was move one cone, and I could have got out.
Mike said, I'm with you, Lewis. Middle fingers up to the breakfast cutoff time.
Right?
Now, here's the thing. Coming from somebody who worked at Service Merchandise when I was 18, and we closed at 9 p.m., and routinely people would come in at like 8:58 to shop, and we had to let them shop. And I thought that was absolutely wild. I wanted to get out of there so bad. I would have held them hostage to teach them a lesson if I could have. So I'm saying probably now you'll never go to Chick-fil-A for breakfast if it's close to 10:30. So you've learned an important lesson.
I did.
And all Chick-fil-A employees thank you for it.
I did. Well, Mike said the Chick-fil-A muffin, chicken, pepper, jack, spicy. That's what I wanted. And I couldn't get one.
Doug says you are the a-hole.
I know. I accept it. I'm not going to be like...
The thing is you're not really so mad about not being able to get breakfast. It's just not being able to leave the line, which I agree with. I agree with you. That's crazy.
Matt said, drive over the cones, sissy.
I couldn't. I wish I could have. If I'd in the Jeep, I'd have off-roaded it. But I couldn't. I'm not upset that I missed their breakfast time. I'm upset that I couldn't get out of the drive-thru and I had to waste 12 minutes of my life sitting there doing nothing.
Bob says you have to use their mobile app. It's the only way to fly.
Oh, mobile app.
Now, Kenny G says you sound like a Karen.
Oh. No, I didn't file a complaint. I sat
don't think
there.
You sound like a Karen at all. You wanted breakfast. They said no. And you're like, cool, then I'm going to go have a nice day. And then you were stuck there for 12 minutes.
Right. Yeah, I'm not upset that I couldn't. And again, I never go to Chick-fil-A because I think it's the most overrated restaurant on the planet. This was just the one time that I was like, oh, this sounds good. My mistake.
Everybody's saying, why didn't you drive over the cone?
There was no way to drive over the cone.
I don't know. I'm just reading text.
The cones were like the long, tall, like 3.5 foot, 4 foot tall cones.
Oh,
There's no way to drive over
that
one.
Bad boy's going to really hang on to your undercarriage.
Correct.
Too. You're in big trouble.
Yeah, I could have got out had the attendant moved one of the cones so I could get into the lane that had no traffic in it, and then I could have got out. She refused to do that. Therefore, I was stuck in the far left lane of the drive-thru, waiting for the nice attendant to wave through the 3 cars in front of me that,
Okay, I think we've learned something. Number 1, don't try to get breakfast at 10:30 on the nose. Number 2, do the mobile app. That sounds like the solution if you really want Chick-fil-A breakfast.
I don't have the Chick-fil-A mobile app because I don't go there enough.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well,
I don't clutter my phone with stuff that I don't use. Like if I'm not gonna, I would not get the Burger King mobile app. You know why? 'Cause I'm not gonna eat at Burger King. Nothing against Burger King.
Yeah, but you did want Chick-fil-A. You could just download it, order, and then just
but by the time
offload that bad boy.
by the time I would have downloaded the app, I still would have missed breakfast.
Yeah, you're right. This is for next time. There'll be no next time.
Sean said, Lewis, you lost points for supporting an anti-LGBTQIA establishment. Do they publicly announced that they're against
I didn't even
that?
know.
I think they're Christian, so I think people get all hot about them being Christian.
I know they're closed on Sunday, but truthfully, unless it's somewhere where you did something like...
Well, that has nothing to do with LGB.
Yeah, I know. I never really paid attention to that. Sorry. I was not aware.
Oh, cavemen used to hunt dinosaur with teeth and nails. Now we're upset because can't get breakfast.
Yeah, that's all I wanted. I just wanted to get out of the drive-thru, but I don't like their drive-thru system. So that's what the real heart of the issue is. Their messed up drive-thru system.
All right,
that you can't get out.
Well, try the mobile app. Maybe that'll work out better next time.
You know what? I've lost all desire to have that chicken English muffin sandwich.
And now, 3 things you need to know before you go.
Bond has been set at $2 million for the Columbus woman accused of killing her 8-year-old son. LaShonda Wilder remains in the Franklin County Jail on murder charges in the death of her son, Martonio. He was found dead in the attic of the family's home on North Olmsted Avenue Friday evening after his mother told police that he was missing. Children's Services is caring for her 2 other children. Former President Trump has scored a partial victory in the Supreme Court over the question of immunity. The justices ruled 6-3 yesterday that Trump does have some immunity from prosecution and is shielded on some levels from criminal charges for acts he took in office. The decision means Trump's election interference case will probably be delayed until after November while a lower court litigates this decision. Well, Louisiana's governor has signed a controversial first-of-its-kind bill that will allow surgical castration for people found guilty of certain sex crimes against children. I have no problem with this whatsoever. You can cut the whole thing off for all I'm concerned.
Wow, I just had a sharp pain going right up.
Several states do allow for chemical castration, not in Ohio, rather, but several states do allow for chemical castration. This is the first state that will give a judge discretion over ordering surgical castration. Now, this law targets offenders found guilty of aggravated sex crimes against children under the age of 13, and also allows not only for the surgical removal of the testicles, but the ovaries as well. If you're a woman convicted of a sex crime against a child under 13, you could be ordered to have your ovaries removed.
Oh my gosh.
This is supposedly stopping the sex hormone production and is supposedly going to lower your sex drive in whatever proclivity you have toward children. One of the bill sponsors say it will be a strong deterrent for would-be child abusers and will protect children. Opponents call it a draconian law. You can't go cutting people's body parts off because of a crime. So if a judge orders surgical castration, the offender can refuse it, but has to go to prison for an extra 3 to 5 years on top of the sentence they already got.
So you can get out early if you have your junk cut off?
You can get out early if you have your testicles removed or your ovaries removed.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I don't know, man. I don't have a problem with it. I don't know if that stops the crime because it feels like the crime's happening in your brain first.
Here's the thing, and you would never do it, but there is kind of like one unwritten rule in prison in the most cases, and that's usually where it comes to kids.
Yes, yeah.
So rather than castrate, I would just be like, open season in the yard, here's this guy, have at him.
Doug says a bullet's more effective and a lot cheaper.
Whatever happens, happens.
Mike said, why stop at castration? Can we burn their eyeballs out and cut off their hands too?
Look, we were talking about fast food, and you're getting into crimes, sex crimes against kids. Watch the Jared Foley from Subway documentary. It was eye-opening. And at the same time, when you watch it and you hear him talk, you'll go, how the hell did we not see this coming sooner?
Yeah.
Because it was.
I mean, like we're good about taking his testicles, right?
I don't think they
Check
did that.
off
They just
the
put him
nuts.
in.
I know, but I mean, if that
Should
was his punishment,
should be. Like, and the woman who reported him, like, who did God's work, she tried to report to the corporation, and they didn't find enough evidence where they would get involved in it, which is mind-boggling to me. But that guy, yeah, like the stuff he was doing, throw him in the yard, see what happens.
Yeah.
Like, don't waste time with chemical castrations. Trust me, after 20 minutes in the yard with those guys, he won't be able to use it again anyway.
Yeah. Oof. Anyway, it's an interesting thing happening in Louisiana. Their law goes into effect August 1st. And those are your 3 things.
Well, I woke her up so she can give me top. Baby, I need you to wake up and give me that hot to I need you to spit on that thing. Baby, I woke up horny this morning, praying for some hot to Don't forget to spit on that thing. Baby,
I gotta tell you, when I think of 50s and 60s music, I always think of those wholesome boys, like in That Thing You Do, where they all dress in the nice suits. Thinking about Hawk Tuah doesn't really feel that. It's not quite the same. Little barbershop haircuts, matching sport coats. 7:09 on the Morning Blitz. It's Thick, Kelly, and Lewis. Morning.
So, we've talked about Hawk Tuah. I know Kelly's tired of hearing about Hawk Tuah, but
Haley Welch.
Yeah. Something you had brought up, you heard she got fired from her teaching job.
Yes.
There have been other rumors about her, like she deleted all of her social media when she became a meme. Her dad's a preacher and stuff, and she was on I've never even heard of this podcast called Plan Bree. B-R-I, Plan Bree.
Okay.
You ever heard of that, Kelly?
No.
So she was on there and dispelled some rumors.
I deleted all my social media like 6 months ago due to like personal reasons. I never really got on it or anything like that.
Oh, okay.
But I was long gone before that.
Oh, so you were already gone from social media.
God. I worked in a spring factory. I'm not a school teacher.
That was my next question. So you weren't a teacher.
Or a bartender.
So I've heard rumors that your dad is a preacher?
My father is so far from a preacher. It's crazy. None of it's true at all.
Look at that. Wow. Never even was a teacher. I mean, that's all I heard. She got fired from her teaching job.
Yeah, I heard
she wasn't even a teacher.
Okay.
That's hilarious. I mean, it's amazing the way things spread, the misinformation.
Bet she got to keep her spring factory job, though.
Her spring factory job. Oh, but
what's a spring factory?
I don't even know.
You make springs?
I would
guessing.
think. Like
Isn't she on an assembly line?
I would assume so if she works in a factory. Maybe she does, I don't know, maybe she does admin for them.
I know how they can get a stuck conveyor belt unstuck. She can just go over and Hawk Tuah on.
You can do that.
Spit on that thing.
Bet at the end of the day, walk out of there sprung.
Why? I mean, how does that stuff happen? That is crazy. Like, people just say something on the internet and people run with it and that's it. And then it...
Well, but they probably Googled, there's probably a Haley Welch someplace that is a teacher that did get caught up in this because the name was the same. You know what I mean?
I suppose that's possible.
Because once the name comes out, you get, a lot of misinformation.
Yeah.
Well, at least she set the record straight on a podcast no one's heard of.
I know. Probably the best thing that ever happened to that podcast.
Right?
I mean, that girl is everywhere.
Yep. For
But,
sure.
I mean, I don't know. It's the misinformation that spreads and how fast it spreads is amazing.
Well, if she made $65K in merch, she's probably already made more than she made working at the Spring Factory.
I would guess.
assume.
I mean, she just started selling that stuff 2 weeks ago. That's $65,000 in 2 weeks.
Yeah. So
she's on stage with Zach Bryan.
this is true.
Everybody's making songs about her.
Getting marriage proposals from dudes everywhere.
Oh, is she really?
Probably. I would assume. Happy birthday, Michelle.
Yeah, you celebrated birthday with Kelly Quinn, Michelle. How about that?
Birthday twins, baby.
Danzig on the Morning Blitz, 7:23. Happy birthday, Josh. He shares the same birthday as you, Kelly Quinn.
And Michelle.
Josh and Michelle and Kelly. We all have the same birthday. I love it.
Amazing, isn't it?
July 2nd birthdays unite. We have a little club now.
Had no idea.
Yeah.
Maybe you guys can get in the Wall of Death together for your birthday, huh?
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Mosh it up.
Did you go look at that, Kelly?
I didn't.
It's on our Blitz Facebook page.
Let me check that out.
Yeah, Slaughter to Prevail did this. The Wall of Death started with Lamb of God. And we had Mark Morton on the show. That was last week, right?
week,
Yeah. And I was asking him about mosh pits and the Wall of Death and stuff.
What?
And this is what he had to say.
We have incredibly passionate fans, and they provide me with spectacles that I'm not sure I could see anywhere else. But the Wall of Death exists for us on YouTube at this point. We haven't done that in about 15 or 20 years.
Well, they may not do it, but other bands still get it. And, I've seen it break out at the Lamb of God show at Rock on the Range, But they used to, set it up and encourage it and, but now they just happen. But, yeah, Slaughter to Prevail went into France's Hellfest last week promoting this, that they were going to, try to set the world record for the biggest Wall of Death ever. We don't know yet if it is. I mean, it's pretty massive. I don't know that I've seen a lot of videos of the Wall of Death. I don't know if I've ever seen one that big before. Again, you know me, I like to be on the floor. I like to bounce around in a mosh pit. I'm not looking to do that.
Oof.
That is, that's like the most extreme version of Red Rover I've ever seen.
I don't know how you come out of that, a single soul in a Wall of Death without an injury.
I know.
It's guaranteed 100% that you're getting injured.
Unless you just do what I do and not go in.
Right. Well, that's where I would be.
It is absolutely epic, though. The video that came out of it, whether they break the world record or not, the video is just friggin' awesome. And yeah, so we're waiting on an official word. They said, again, even if we didn't, the anticipation was so much fun, and the video's a great payoff. Vocalist Alex the Terrible expressed his appreciation to the crowd, saying next time Wall of Death will be even bigger. France, you are not pussies. I like it.
Okay.
Of course, he was on that new song with Tech Nine on Falling in Reverse's new song.
Yep.
On Ronald, rather. Sorry. Yeah. From Slaughter to Prevail, Alex the Terrible. And, they got 2 new singles out, Conflict and Kid of Darkness. They will kick off a North American tour later this summer. They will be on that bill with Five Finger Death Punch and Marilyn Manson. So maybe if you want to get in a Wall of Death, you will definitely have an opportunity. But man, yeah, again, go over to the Blitz Facebook page. That is starting to get a lot of traction over there, and you can see the video and comment if you so choose. But I was talking when we were talking to Mark Morton. He was talking about the guys wearing the football mouth guards, and I'm like, man, that is, I like to get in there and bounce around, but you're here for something else that I'm not here for. And he said that, whenever the Wall of Death, all those guys in the Wall of Death always had like the mouthpieces in to protect their teeth, which is smart,
If my teeth get knocked out, it better be something that I wasn't voluntarily joining in. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I hear you. Absolutely.
Can you imagine? Is it worth it? It might be. It is actually a really cool video. Just seeing that, the masses of people running towards each other. It's a cool video.
Yeah, it's awesome. Steve Carrier on our Facebook page commented, he says, they seem to be the only band out there with 90s balls. Because like Mark said, they haven't done the Wall of Death in 15 years. I guess maybe they quit doing it because they didn't want people getting hurt. He didn't elaborate, but...
So, okay, I like live concerts. I like my fair share of good rock music.
Yeah.
I don't want to get in a violent fight type thing at a show.
No, I agree with you.
No, but that's a mosh pit. You're showing your love toward your fellow concert goers by slamming your body into them.
Yeah, but that video looks like I need to be armored up like Jon Snow because I'm about to fight the Battle of the Bastards.
Well, yeah.
And crawl my way out.
You know.
That's not what I'm there for.
It's hand-to-hand combat with no protection.
Yeah. I'll just sit back on the sideline, let the Knights of the Vale come in and take care of that.
They have fire hoses going, blowing all over the thing.
Derek
crazy,
says,
man.
I think it's just Alex Terrible and not Alex the Terrible.
Oh, really? I thought it was Alex the Terrible.
I thought so, too, but I
Okay,
didn't- I
Alex
wasn't
Terrible.
pointing.
I'm sorry, I apologize. I thought I'd heard it as Alex the Terrible.
Yeah.
Maybe I just heard somebody else say that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I love this video.
Travis said he jammed his thumb during the Kubakan pit, and it still hurts and hasn't healed.
Oh. Yeah, I mean,
I'd go at another one right now.
I've come out with a couple bruises, but I don't. Some of them just get insane. You know, I just like getting in there and bouncing around, and it's just fun.
Paul said the Tech 9 and Falling in Reverse song is his daughter's favorite.
No, is it, Ronald? Well, yeah. So if you didn't see the video, go over to the Blitz Facebook page. It's awesome.
It's 7:39 on your morning Blitz. Vic, Kelly, Lewis, good morning. 1 day removed from 2 days from the 4th of July, right?
You know,
Yes.
this particular song feels like a birthday song for me because today's my birthday, July 4th, of course, 2 days away. So my family always had a giant 4th of July party on my birthday to celebrate my birthday and the 4th of July. My entire family would come, and I basically it was all just for me. You know, I mean, I didn't even think about the 4th of July. So this song just is like sort of a happy birthday, Kelly, isn't it?
Is that right?
That's how I feel.
Okay. I think that's fine.
Okay.
I don't know how you get in there.
If you want to call...
Red, white, and blue is my birthday.
Happy birthday,
Yeah, if you want to call America's birthday yours, go
I
right
do.
ahead.
The fireworks, the red, white, and blue,
all
everything.
for you.
It just is so close to my heart as my birthday celebration.
I'm gonna call you on your birthday
Yeah.
in the morning and just go Hawk Tua, just so you know. Kidding.
Gross.
Just say that the Hawk Tua girl wishes you a happy birthday.
The next person who says Haktua to me is getting it. And I don't know in what form, but
What
you're
is-
getting it.
Getting
is
a Hawk
it?
Tua?
What is it?
I'm figuring that out, but it's
Okay.
not going to be pleasant.
Okay. Because it would depend on what it would be. On what degree of it is coming. So, we have some time off for the 4th of July. A lot of people have some time off for the 4th of July, but not everybody does. Some people have to work. 49% of Americans think that they should get the entire week off around 4th of July. 61% of younger workers are on board with that.
I mean, I think I should get the week off for Flag Day. So,
Right.
I mean, who doesn't want the week off?
I'm still pissed we don't celebrate Arbor Day a little more with a little more fervor.
Right.
45% of people said they barely get any work done that week anyway. So, but there are a group of people that you might have Thursday off, but you got to come back and punch in on a Friday morning. So, we basically think we should get more time off for our nation's birthday.
My husband's a food distributor. He works on the 4th and on the 5th. I mean, like 0 days off.
Doesn't he even get the 4th off?
No.
Get that food to people.
You got. I mean, it's a big picnic day. You got to get those little Debbies out there to people.
Yes.
Never a day off.
If we weren't taking a vacation day, we'd be here Friday.
35% of us think we'd be more productive the rest of the year if we knew we were getting a full week off in July. 28% claim they'd work harder, and 22% would be more likely to recommend their company to friends and family.
So we're talking about an extra free vacation week is what we're talking about. Paid,
I
paid
love
vacation
it.
week.
It's America. What are we doing here?
On top of your other vacation time.
Amen. I love it. I love it. I'm in full support of it.
Well, who wouldn't be? Other than the company owners.
Well, here's my thing, though. I don't know about a whole week, but I do think that...
Pipe down over there.
I do think Friday should just be part of it.
Some people have that.
If you're... I mean, especially if the 4th falls like on a Wednesday, you should get the rest of the week off.
What about on a Tuesday?
What
about on a Monday?
Then you get Monday. Yeah, I think you should get an extra... You should get a day off of the 4th of July after to recover.
So the 5th. Always.
Yeah, you know how like the Thanksgiving holiday, it consists of usually that Thursday and Friday? I feel like 4th of July should be the same thing.
Well, what about when the calendar absolutely bones you and puts the 4th on a Saturday?
Then you get a 4-day weekend, baby. Get a Friday and a Monday off.
Right.
Friday and Monday?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think there should be just a couple of days around it. Because this week and next week are the two most vacationed weeks of the summer. Everybody goes on vacation either the week before of the 4th of July or the week after the 4th of July.
I mean, we do. We take a week of our vacation time every year.
Every year. That's right.
I could see where, you get that extra day, like Black Friday after Thanksgiving, making the 4th of July have that extra day. Because you need a day. Some people need a day to recover.
Yep.
Especially, if you tie one too many on while you're celebrating America with the best backyard firework display anyone's ever seen.
Or you're one of Lewis's neighbors and you start the fireworks display at like midnight, 1 a.m.
Right. Woo!
Any of that going on last night?
No, surprisingly. Nothing last night. All was quiet.
So, I mean, I guess you can take your vacation time, but so people want a full week paid vacation, just because it's the 4th.
Which again, I don't know that. I don't know if that's realistic, but I think an extra day off around it is realistic.
All right.
I mean, I really feel like you're coming down on the side of the business owners. I want the full week, dude. I want the full week.
You feel like I'm coming down the side of the business owners.
Yeah,
Mr. Establishment
we'll give you an
over
extra
here.
day.
He's all about the establishment.
I feel like you're who are you, the manager?
Okay. But here's the thing. We want to separate church and state, but every year we want the government to give us Good Friday off. There's that argument,
We don't
too.
get Good Friday off.
I'm just saying, there are people, we should have Good Friday. That should be a holiday. No, you can't have it both ways.
I want a week for America. That's all I want.
You can't bring the church into government when it serves your purpose and then kick it back out when you're not.
That's a whole new argument.
Yeah, that's a whole
Let's
different
stay
thing.
on 4th of July.
I mean, do you want to work Christmas too?
Let's take a poll.
Well, no, I'm serious. I mean,
No,
that's
of course not.
that's
but I
Jesus'
think-
birthday. So,
But I think you can't.
the whole separation of church thing. I'm not going to have the debate, but it's not what everybody says it is.
Nobody gets a whole week off around Christmas. I mean,
No.
we don't get a whole week off anywhere unless you take vacation time.
Right.
But I do feel like most places give you Thursday and Friday for Thanksgiving off. Am I correct or am I not correct? A lot of people will give you Christmas Eve and Christmas Day off. Not everybody.
We didn't for a very long time.
Yeah.
So make it the 2-day holiday. 4th of July is a 2-day holiday.
All right.
4th and 5th, 3rd and 4th, I don't care.
But the difference is Thanksgiving always falls on a Thursday.
Sure it does.
I can't believe we're arguing about whether we should get a week off for the 4th of July. Of course we should. There's no argument to make it just an extra day. What kind of weird position is that to take? I'm offering you an entire week off, and you're like, nah, just an extra day.
Yeah,
Come
what's wrong
on.
with you, man?
Because I'm being realistic.
Well, we're
Because we're not being fair.
This isn't happening either way, so take the week.
Okay, you think John Smith, who works at afternoon drive-through at McDonald's, is getting a week off on 4th
I
of
think he
July?
should.
Oh, but
Let's
he
shut
won't.
it all
So we're
down.
gonna
and
shut
have a
everything
week
down
off.
for a week.
But I bet he would agree that he would want it.
I'm sure he would, but are we going to shut everything down for a week?
I mean, I'm just- this is a big jury. It's never happening. It's never happening. How can you not argue for a week off? Like, nah, I'll just take an extra day. That's really all I want. Lewis, come on, for my birthday, take the week, will ya?
Someone said that it sounds like Someone sounds like they're a little too enslaved and comfortable. We work our entire lives away, most underpaid and overworked. A week could change people's moods and stress levels. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, it's like Kelly said, it's not realistic. We wouldn't function for a week. The country wouldn't be able to function.
That's what I'm saying. You couldn't shut down everything for a week and shut it down for a week-long holiday. That's not realistic.
No.
And yes, I 100%. We all everybody is overworked and underpaid. Most of us exist and don't even live. So, but again, give it 2 days. I'm all about compromise, which is something that this country has lost the ability to do. So therefore, instead of a week, how about 2 days? So at least we're still getting something out of the deal. Oh, apparently we don't compromise in this room either.
I'm not compromising on this.
I know.
No. On a fantasy situation, I will never compromise. Give me the dang week.
And there it is.
This program is brought to you by Where the Hell Did That Just Go Skyrockets, bringing holiday fun to nearly every rooftop in America.
It's getting harder and harder to rise above this. It's the Morning Blitz, Thick, Kelly, Lewis. 4th of July, our fantasy vacation. Shut down everything for a week. Get everybody off. A week paid for America's birthday. Only, like everything else in real life, our fantasy would be ruined too, because all of a sudden people start thinking about all the things that would go wrong with that. Like Jason, who said, yeah, you all like it now, but what are you going to do on Thursday when you're out of gas and there's no gas stations open because we shut down for a week to celebrate America?
If you can't prep for a week-long vacation...
All the hoarders going to be buying up toilet paper the week before because the stores aren't open.
Because this is a complete fantasy, like nothing bad's going to happen that week. And in fact, in my fantasy week off, I'm giving you all $1 million. That is also happening in my fantasy week off.
Are you in now, Lewis?
Yeah. Will you get on board now?
Yeah, if we're getting $1 million payday. But wait a minute, no. Because if you gave everybody in the country $1 million to take the week off, you'd bankrupt the country, and then where would we be after?
Maybe he doesn't understand the word fantasy. He doesn't quite comprehend
I like more realistic fantasy.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, gosh.
But yeah, a lot of people.
Yeah, people are likening it to COVID, shutting down everything.
Oh, okay.
So I see. It's just a week. I think we can prep for a week, guys. Don't you think?
Colonel Sanders said Stanley Electric in London has shut down the entire week, and it's paid for some. See that? I think it's up to. I think it should be up to individual businesses if you want to give everybody a week off paid. But I do feel like the federal holiday portion of this should be 2 days, like it is with Thanksgiving.
Obviously not. There's just businesses that can't do it.
Right.
It's impossible.
Make it the 4th and the 5th every year. Give everybody 2 days off. There you go. You celebrate America for 2 days. Hell, it's amazing that people don't even like America. They still want to celebrate on the 4th, though. Get that day off. Get that free day off. Get that free money.
You mentioned COVID. And I was reading that there is a summer wave of COVID. It is here. You know, we've already had a few cases here in the building.
A lot of people getting the Rona.
CDC said infections are growing across almost all of the U.S. And with people gathering for the 4th of July and the heat and the traveling, cases are expected to go up. But they said the summer wave will stay mild. Nothing like we've seen.
Okay.
You know, nothing like, so some people are going to get it.
OG COVID was the worst, right? OG COVID was the worst,
Yeah.
and then every variant has been a little lesser. But I think it does hit people differently. So
It's hit
whatever.
everybody differently.
Yeah.
I mean,
Tess said it was the worst thing she ever had in her life. It was the first time she ever had it.
yeah.
So, I don't know. Yeah. So you're right.
Hopefully you don't catch the Rona unless it's a cold one with a lime in it on your 4th of July holiday. On your 1 day off to celebrate America. Yeah. And while we're at it, let's make the Monday after the Super Bowl a national holiday too.
Now that is not a fantasy. That could happen, and it should.
Yeah, that's long overdue. Make everybody get hammered drunk on a Sunday and show up for work on a Monday. That's damn near criminal.
It is, man. That was like a terrible, evil joke or something.
Right? That's almost as malicious as the Chick-fil-A drive-thru.
Kelly, you'll lead that charge, right?
Oh, what? I'm sorry.
Being the diehard football fan
she heard the word Super Bowl and just
I'm
tuned
not
out.
kidding. That is exactly what happened,
I
Dick
know.
Rick. You called it.
And now, all right, I'm listening.
3 things you need to know before you go.
The founder and superintendent of 2 Columbus charter schools used money from the schools to buy a $900,000 home in New Albany. Abdirazak Farah pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit bank fraud. Farah took the funds from the accounts of the Focus Learning Academy schools. There's one on 161 and another on Cleveland Avenue. He claimed the money was for education materials. But instead he bought a beautiful home, I think right there on the golf course in New Albany. He faces up to 30 years in prison. By the way, this guy also served as senior policy advisor for the U.S. Department of Homeland Security.
Why is it I don't trust anybody?
Oh, brother. It's tough when you can get your hands on that kind of money. I guess it really shows your character.
Root of all evil.
Wild. Hurricane Beryl is now a potentially catastrophic Category 5 hurricane, the earliest ever to reach that strength in the Atlantic. The storm landfall on Grenada's Carriacou Island yesterday is an extremely dangerous Category 4 with winds of 150 miles per hour. Grenada and the nation of St. Vincent and the Grenadines were reeling from the storm, probably the region's most intense hurricane on record. Beryl is still strengthening. It's heading toward Jamaica. It is expected to skirt Jamaica tomorrow. Cuba and Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula are also at risk. Hunter Biden is suing Fox News and its parent company over their production of a fictional miniseries that his attorneys call an effort to harass, annoy, alarm, and humiliate him and tarnish his reputation. The miniseries is called The Trial of Hunter Biden. I guess it was on like 2022. This came out.
Never heard of it.
It's described by Fox News as a mock trial that seeks to show how a possible Hunter Biden trial might look. And it includes several sexually graphic images of Hunter Biden. Did they pull that off the laptop or what?
I'm
not
all
sure.
Came from?
Yeah. In the lawsuit, Hunter Biden's attorneys say Fox engaged in unlawful commercial exploitation of Hunter's image, name, and likeness. And the suit also claims that the dissemination of these images violates New York's revenge porn law. So this is interesting to see if that'll go anywhere there. But they're saying they did it without Hunter Biden's consent, and that constitutes revenge porn. I don't know. The complaint requested jury trial and damages. Now, Fox News, of course, responded saying the lawsuit's politically motivated and has no merit. And they said they didn't even hear from Hunter Biden until this year. The show's been out for 2 years. And as soon as they heard from him, they pulled it out of an abundance of caution. They say basically, no merit. We're happy to go fight it. So we'll see. Interesting. Election years are interesting, aren't they?
Oh, my gosh. Let it end already. I cannot wait till this year's over.
Yeah. Those are your 3 things.
It's your morning Blitz, 8:08. Taco Tuesday, Hump Day, all in one this week on, the short work week for some for 4th of July. Lewis, that's me, with Thick and Kelly. And Stranger Things is back this is the final season.
Season 5. Yep, this is it.
When does it drop?
Later this fall, right?
Sometime next year.
Okay, so...
next year?
That's what it says.
What?
Yeah, so you're going to wait a little longer.
Year.
If you haven't seen it yet and you're trying to jump on the bandwagon, you've got time to binge the other 4 seasons. And now these episodes are going to be a little longer in length.
Dude, 8 movies. Season 5 is basically 8, 2-hour movies.
Oh, no. Is that right?
Yeah.
You don't like that?
Okay. It reminds me of a documentary that Netflix does, and it's 10 episodes, but really you only need 2 episodes to tell the story. But it's stretched out so long, by the time the thing's over, you wished you hadn't wasted your life on it. Stranger Things, you're giving me how many 2-hour movies?
8.
Yeah. What?
Give me more.
No, I loved season 4. I loved it. I've loved every season of this show, and I wasn't even going to watch season 4. I ended up watching it just a few months ago, and I loved it. So I guess I'll start it. I won't judge it right now, but that's a lot. That's a lot.
I'm on board with this because the episodic TV thing messes things up all the time because it's so rushed to get through a season. Game of Thrones, the final season 7 magical seasons and the 8th season of garbage.
I mean, that was the turd among all turds, that season 8 of Game of Thrones.
Correct. And that could have been corrected if you would have done, instead of doing 6 quick episodes, you could have done, even if you would have done 6 2-hour movies.
Well, the last 4 were an hour and 40 minutes each.
Okay, but if you would have made the previous ones, because again, the first 3 episodes were dragging out the fight that was anticlimactic for a lot of people because it was shot in the dark and no one could see what was going on. If you would have made that into movies and made 2.5-hour movies, it would have been better if you were going to do it in 6 seasons. Or you could have stretched it out into more episodes and did what Stranger Things is doing, 2-hour movies to get everything in. But it works in the other side, too, what Kelly's saying. Now, in order to get to the heat of the story, they've stretched it out to fill time, and it's longer than it needs to be. So, I think it depends on the TV sitch.
Oh, that just sounds really long. Like, I don't want to be in a movie theater for 1 2-hour movie. 90 minutes is a perfect, and I'd go 90 minutes.
But here's the thing. You don't have to watch the whole thing at one time. You can pause it and come back.
There's no rule that says you must binge the whole season of Stranger Things in one weekend.
Yeah, I want it to last.
That's very true. That's true.
I want it to last.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'll probably change my mind on it. It just sounds like a lot. Like, it gives me sort of an anxious feeling inside. Like, 8 2-hour movies.
Right. But again,
I get that. I get that.
You don't have to watch it all at once.
Yeah,
You're right.
Just look at it as like a 16-episode season and watch them one half at a time.
Okay.
Because, when you...
Or 32 half-hour.
Yeah, however you want to do it. Because when you dump out of it on the streaming service, when you go back to it, you just resume right where you were.
Right.
Here's the problem, okay? May I tell you the problem? The reason it gives me anxiety is because I know somebody's going to spoil it for me, like Lewis did the Sopranos for Tess yesterday.
Yeah.
He absolutely spoiled the very last episode. I'm afraid of that happening. I'm afraid of that happening to me, like... I'm trying to watch it. I'm doing it in bite-sized pieces. And then somebody like a Lewis comes in and tells me what happens.
That was really a jerk move on your part, by the way.
Hold on.
What do you mean, hold on?
The Sopranos ran for 6 seasons.
Yeah.
She just told you that she started it for the first time.
Correct.
Though.
So you had to ruin the ending for
There is
her?
a statute of limitation on
There
spoilers.
Isn't. Not when somebody
Yes,
tells
there
you
is.
they just started watching it for the first time. When somebody tells you that, you're not allowed to ruin the end.
Was this written in a law somewhere,
Yeah,
this
there's a
statute of limitations?
When the show's almost been over for almost 20 years.
Somebody you like, that you respect, that you care about.
Okay.
I'm sorry, the statute of limitations
So
is
if
up,
you've
so
never-
I'm ruining this for
if
you. I don't
you've
care
never-
if you like it or not.
If you've never seen Titanic, I can't tell you the boat hits an iceberg and they
Okay,
all die.
But everybody knew that in advance.
Oh, okay.
Now,
Everybody
in
knew
general
that.
conversation, I'm with you, Lewis. If a show as old as The Sopranos, if it just comes up as a topic on the air, that's one thing. When somebody looks you dead in the eye and says they're watching the series for the first time and they're loving it and they've gotten through season 1 and they are absolutely into the show, and then you pop off with the final episode.
Sadistic, man. You're a sadist.
That was wild, dude. It was wild.
It's not a spoiler on a show that's 20 years old.
It's a
It
spoiler
is for somebody
to
who's
somebody
never
who just
seen
told
it.
you they hadn't seen it before.
She might haven't seen it, but I'm pretty sure she's heard about people complaining
Don't
about
die
the
on
ending
this
of The
hill,
Sopranos.
bro.
I'm
Don't
gonna
die on
this
it.
hill.
Sadistic. He's sadistic.
Chevelle at 8:25 on the Morning Blitz. Dick Rick, Kelly Quinn. I'm Lewis. Kevin Dillon. Name ring a bell? Anybody?
Kevin Dillon?
Yeah.
No.
Is he related to Matt?
I believe so. I believe he's his younger brother. He is on Entourage, a little show that used to be on HBO back in the day, produced by one Mark Wahlberg.
Yes.
Yeah. So Kevin Dillon was driving and got into a minor fender bender. This wouldn't be a big deal, save for the fact that he was at a car wash because he lifted his butt off the seat of his Tesla, which triggered the automatic braking mechanism.
What? Automatic brake?
Yeah.
For what? Like, so if there's no weight in the driver's seat, it automatically brakes?
Car was in neutral going through the wash. Kevin apparently shifted and triggered an automatic braking mechanism that stopped the car. The car behind Kevin rear-ended him, and then the next 2 cars did the same. Damage to the vehicles was minimal. One person complained of discomfort, probably hoping to get, a payday. Police determined that Kevin was at fault, and there's even a sign at this particular car wash warning Tesla owners against sudden movements.
Wow.
I've seen some TikTok videos, 2 in particular, of people whose the electrical system completely shut down, that they couldn't get in or out of their car, something like that. It was some weird glitch and this person was like broken down on a busy street or something and absolutely could do nothing about it.
Yeah. Can't move.
I mean, it's not unlike a gas-powered vehicle where you wouldn't be able to move either, but I don't know. There was something with the key, and the key wouldn't work, and maybe they couldn't get out of the car. They were stuck inside the car. I don't know.
I don't know if you can disable that. Like, there's a way to disable that annoying, like your car shuts off at a stoplight and then restarts when you go. Like, if I bought a car that had that in it, that'd be the first. How do I disable this? Cool.
Now,
it's the first thing I'm doing.
I still think they're trying to figure things out with the Teslas, including... Have you guys seen with your own 2 eyes the Cybertruck?
It's disgusting. I've seen 2 of them.
It's so weird.
It's like they had 5 different artists and went, all right, all of you, you're not going to see each other. Draw something, and then we're going to put it together.
I feel like I would be driving in a Lego car painted silver.
Well, if you look at most electric vehicles, none of them, or most of them anyway, to me, aren't built to be aesthetically pleasing.
Although I have noticed they've changed
Tesla's not bad looking though.
They've changed the design on the new Prius to make it more. The Tesla sedan.
Yeah, I like it.
It's not bad looking.
I think it's a nice looking car. The Cybertruck, on the other hand, is, and if you own one, no offense, I love you, but you are driving a ridiculous vehicle.
I saw somebody the other day on social say it was the new version of the Chevy Aztek. The Chevy Aztek was awful looking. Okay. I mean, just like it's same thing. You put 5 different artists in 5 different rooms, all told them to draw something, and then you just combined it together, and that's what you came up with.
Okay.
But the Cybertruck is hideous looking.
It's so weird.
But so if you if I lift up to scratch my butt, my car's going to stop.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm picturing you having to lift up to scratch your butt.
I'm just trying
it's a really weird visual, but
it's kind of awkward. Now that you think about
oh
it.
my gosh!
Just can't get it.
All right, I had to get up because I dropped a French fry, so my car's brakes slam.
Right, like you're reaching over and you kind of pull completely off the seat because your French fry flew into the passenger side.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It's just like that's weird.
It's almost like a high-paid engineer went to his kid and went, "Hey, you got those new crayons I got you, right? Draw a car." And then that kid drew the Cybertruck. And Elon Musk went, "Great idea. Let's make them." This is brilliant.
I need to see the inside of this bad boy. What?
Steve said the Cybertruck looks like a dumpster.
I mean, it looks a little nicer.
Sorry,
than a dumpster.
Dave. Pontiac Aztek. Sorry. GM. We'll call it what it is.
Child of a Pontiac Aztek and a DeLorean.
Yeah. So bad.
What are you looking at, Kelly?
I need to see the inside of this Cybertruck, and it's not showing me on the Tesla website. It's not showing me the inside of it.
Speaking of cars, I attempted a project yesterday and could not get 2 bolts out of the bottom of my car to save my life. Need somebody good at that has a lift because I couldn't do it. And then they were like, "Well, you
can't get to them."
No, I could get them, but they would not come out. I couldn't break them to get them out.
WD-40.
No, I tried. Believe me, I tried. I tried a bolt biter. I tried everything. Could not get 2 bolts out. Someone said you need heat, but I'm not getting under my car with a torch when I don't have a lift. Like I just.
Oh, come on! Where's your sense of adventure?
Yeah, you brought that up just to come at me with it, didn't you?
Oh. No, I wasn't going to.
I don't blame you. I would, too. 8:39, it's the Morning Blitz.
Share with the rest of the class, will you,
Lewis,
please?
Thick Rick, Kelly Quinn.
Look, it happens. People have brain farts. Lewis misspelled acceptable on the Facebook page last week, and people started, making jokes about it. And then he deleted it and reposted it, spelled correctly.
You know why?
It's the only thing you can do because you can't edit it because people can see the edits.
Exactly.
You've got to delete the whole thing. Good for you.
But I typed it out, not being fully awake yet when we had discussed what we were going to talk about. I'm like, oh, cool, I'll get that ready to go. So all I have to do is post it.
I mean, was it just like a one-letter misspelling, or did you butcher the whole word?
It was bad. It was like an elementary kid could have done better.
It was supposed to be acceptable, and you...
Acceptable?
EXCEPABLE. Forgot the T, so it came out acceptable.
Yeah.
Dang it, those Dayton public schools really did you
Cincinnati,
wrong.
thank you.
Oh, Cincinnati public
even
schools
worse.
really did you wrong.
I didn't even see it, and my wife Heather told me about it because she goes, people started making some funny jokes, and she goes, but I got a screenshot, so here you go, and I just lost.
Oh, she screenshot you, dude.
She even screenshotted her favorite joke that a listener made about it.
Oh, no.
Which he thought was hilarious.
I did. I thought it was hilarious. It was bad.
Acceptable.
I don't know. I'm like, I must have been hammered drunk when I was typing that out.
It sounded right in your head.
Totally did. Spell it how it sounds. Okay. ACEX. That's so bad.
Acceptable.
I mean, here's what pisses me off the most, though. Whenever I'm trying to use the F word, you'll autocorrect that bad boy to duck all the time. But you couldn't have helped me out on this one?
Right.
I didn't want to say duck. I really wanted to use the F word. But you won't spell acceptable right for me? What good are you?
Even autocorrect did not know what the heck you were trying to spell.
I don't know, man.
What kind of smartphone is that? Anyway.
Autocorrect was like, I don't think he knows what he's spelling.
Dude, we can't help you on this one. You're on your own.
Autocorrect's like Thick's wife, Heather. They'll just hang you out to dry.
Right? Absolutely. So Devin and Powell jumped in with us and said, my dad is having a big dinner party to celebrate his 60th birthday and his engagement to his new fiancée. Go Dad. My dad expects my sisters and I to attend. Only one sister is going, and she says that we should too because we are all still family. Cue Sister Sledge. But his fiancée was at the end of our family and my parents' marriage. My dad met his fiancée at the golf course. She was a cart girl.
Ah.
I saw this in a movie once on the Hub. At the time, my parents were trying to work on their marriage because my dad had cheated on my mom with another girl prior to this. So is this the cart girl's fault? No, I blame my dad. Love my dad, but I don't feel like I need to celebrate his poor decisions. Am I wrong? Oh, and this dinner is also to celebrate the retirement of my dad's fiancée from OnlyFans.
Oh, man.
Devin and Powell.
That thing's gone down a couple different roads, hasn't it?
Yeah. I mean,
I understand Devin. I mean, I don't think you're wrong at all. I understand your sister's point of view. You guys are family, but I thought you said it perfectly. I don't need to celebrate his poor decisions.
Yeah. I mean, and it's not the cart girl's fault.
He said that.
You can't let her take the heat for that. She's just doing what comes to her naturally.
Retiring from OnlyFans.
Right?
Yippee.
I mean, honestly, a lot of money in OnlyFans, and if your dad got her to retire, that is an achievement in itself.
So your dad's 60, and she's a cart girl on OnlyFans.
Kelly's glaring at me.
No. No.
But your dad's 60, and she's a cart girl on OnlyFans. I'm guessing Dad's got a little money.
I'd get a T-shirt pointing at her with an arrow that said, I retired her from OnlyFans.
I mean, if you're... okay, yeah, maybe. She may be making some good money on OnlyFans. And probably as a cart girl, too. I think they make some cash.
And probably as his wife.
Mm-hmm. Here's the deal. Your dad makes insane moves and then expects you guys to all give him a big hug afterwards. So he's already cheated on your mom once. And then he's getting married to the cart girl from the golf course. And he expects you guys to be like just chummy, arms around each other, celebrating like a family should.
Congratulations, Dad.
He is insane. His behavior is toxic. I hate to use that word. I'm beating myself up for using the word toxic, but he is toxic and is expecting you guys to his expectations of his family are nuts. Your sister wants to go. Bravo, go. Sister can do whatever she wants. If you have it in your mind, Devin, that you don't want to go because you don't like the way your dad behaves and you're not going to act like everything's fine, then you can feel right about that too. Your dad's doing whatever he wants, so you can do whatever you
Wait, everybody's texting in. This is unacceptable.
Mary said Dad's a hoe. I'm still trying to figure out why she's calling him a garden utensil. But Steve is saying Dad really put Devin under some serious pressure. He's now going to have to go on his dad's business trip, sell brake pads to save this company when his dad dies of a heart attack after the wedding reception.
That's true.
That guy in a little coat.
You're not wrong.
I just don't really like it when somebody who is important in your life behaves in these erratic ways that basically blow up your entire family, but then their expectation is for you to treat him like a good, faithful, loyal, loving dad. He's behaving in a really wild way here. And I don't think that you have to go along with it. You can work it out. He is your father. You're going to love him till the day he dies. You can eventually be friends with the fiance / new stepmommy. Cart girl.
Bet they're the same age.
I 1,000% see where you're coming from, but here is where I will offer one mild disagreement.
Okay.
Not all the money in the world can buy a second of time. And you cannot, regardless of how awful they are, you cannot trade in your parents. So if you have a physical speaking relationship with both your parents, you kind of have to go through the motions so you don't have a regret later in life. If something were to happen, like your dad dies of a heart attack at the reception, you'd kick yourself for the rest of the year because you didn't go spend time and have words with them.
What about the mom? How is she doing? That's what I'd like to know. Because for me, if this is a fresh thing and your mom's, going to counseling with your dad in the hopes of fixing things because he's already screwed her over one time and now here's a second time. Is there any argument to be made to say, you know what, the only person who's acted above board here is mom. I'm going to stay home and hang out with mom today instead of go celebrate whatever the crap you're doing with your life that only benefits you. It's not benefited a single other person except the cart girl.
I'm not blaming mom, but what made dad cheat in the first place?
You are blaming mom by asking that question.
No, I'm not. I'm asking, what made dad cheat in the first place?
That he's a jerk?
Sounds like he's going through a midlife crisis.
That's what I'm saying.
But
apparently a couple of times now.
What you said about if dad dies at his, right after his wedding ceremony, all that, you're going to feel bad. I don't think you need to go to this event, which is what this is about. Because he might die after that, right after that event. He could die any day.
Sure he could.
So I think you can still love your dad and still have your relationship with your dad and have everything, but I don't think that means you have to go to this one event.
Maybe go golfing, see if the cart girl has any friends.
Well.
What?
But you know what I mean? I don't think that's necessary. I think he can avoid this event, and he doesn't have to show support to this. I mean, This girl ended the marriage of his parents. So why do you need to go and support this? You can still go over and see him the next day.
Doug said the cart girl at Braintree Golf Course is smoking hot. I can see the appeal. Yeah, I mean, and again, I don't...
Like, dad's boning hot girls in golf carts and you're supposed to go applaud it and give him a party for it? No. Let me draw a line of respect here. You can act however you're going to act. I can't control it, but what I can control is showing you whether I approve of that or not. And I don't approve, so I'm not attending.
But
Good luck, God bless. I'm not attending your party.
You can go to the ceremony and not the reception. You can go watch your dad get married and say you saw him get married and not go celebrate it at the reception.
But this is a celebration of his 60th birthday and engagement. So why do you have to go to that? Maybe you can work things out in time for the wedding, but no guarantees.
Again, you're gonna not go to your dad's birthday.
How do you act like such a dick your whole life and then expect everyone to come celebrate your birthday with you?
But how
is that acceptable?
We're not saying we don't
acceptable.
know. Acceptable. We don't know. We don't know that dad was a Richard all of his life to his kids.
He blew his whole family up.
But he might have been he might have been great to his kids and couldn't get along with mom. That doesn't mean because mom and dad don't get along doesn't make dad a bad father. Because dad makes poor choices with golf cart girls doesn't mean he was bad to his kids.
Ask Devin, who wrote us and said he doesn't want to go to his dad's party to celebrate his lifestyle.
Okay, but that doesn't mean Dad was a bad dad to Devin growing up.
All right. Well, that's not the point, is it? The point is he's cheated twice on his mom. Now he's marrying little Miss Cartgirl over here. And Devin doesn't really want to celebrate that. Is that wrong? No, it's not wrong, Devin. You're fine to not celebrate it.
All right, we got a text here. It says, this exact same thing happened to me after 20 years of marriage with my wife. We were working on our marriage. We decided to end it because my wife was abusing substances behind my back. I never told any of my family and took the rap for our split from my kids, and I never told them why I left their mother. And then he said, I got remarried, and it took them years to accept my new wife.
Yeah.
No, and that same Adam said, listen, there's always two sides to every story,
Yes.
Kelly, which is what you're trying to say, Lewis.
That's what I'm trying to
I hear
say.
you. I'm reacting. I'm a reactive, emotional person, and I'm really reacting strong to this with one side of the story.
It's your dad's 60th birthday. If your dad was a terrible dad and he wronged you and your mom all your life, then yeah, okay, fine. I can understand the resentment towards your dad. Let's say he never went to any of your baseball games, didn't give a damn about what you did growing up. That's
How about
one
if
thing.
he cheated on your mom once and now is marrying another girl he cheated on your mom with? Is that enough to not celebrate the 60th party?
But being a cheater does not make you a bad father.
It doesn't matter. He's having a problem with the cheating. That's what he's asking about. He doesn't want to celebrate his dad's bad decisions.
No, Kim, I don't.
Okay, hold on. Missy texts in, so if you're having a midlife crisis, you can screw whoever you want. No, that's not what I said. Lewis was wondering why he did it. I was wondering if that was maybe a reason why. It didn't mean it was okay. Doesn't mean that was a good thing. I'm just saying maybe that's what happened.
I will agree. I'll concede a point to you, Lewis, and that is I don't know the other side of the story.
Right.
I do not know that. And
That's all
maybe
I'm saying.
Devin doesn't either.
That's
His
all
own
I'm
son
saying.
probably doesn't know the whole story. However, I never understand cheating. Just get divorced first, will you? Instead of making your whole family suffer with your cheating
And
episodes.
I 100% agree with you on that. But I'm just saying, just because you don't like your dad's life choices does not mean he was a bad dad to you because it didn't work out with mom. There are a lot of broken marriages all over the place that didn't work out. And some of them contain dads who weren't good dads. We don't know what this guy was like as a father, so... You know.
I guess your point is if he was an otherwise good father that you should go.
Yes.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
If he was a POS dad growing up and then cheated on your mom on top of it, then avoid it like the plague. But if he was a good dad to you, showed up at every one of your after-school events, made sure you were clothed, fed, and everything else, but he just couldn't get along with your mom and cheated on her a couple of times, then that makes him a bad person, not a bad father.
Not everybody sees it that way.
No, and that's
I'm okay
right.
with Devin skipping. I'm okay with Devin not accepting this poor behavior that blew up the family. I am fine with him not going. I think it is a fine choice to make. If the sister wants to go, let her go. If you don't, that is absolutely an acceptable position to take.
You can be a good dad and a poor husband.
Some kids resent their parents if they ever get divorced.
Sure.
And so maybe he sees his dad as the reason for destroying his family. I mean, this was this was Devin's family.
And that's you're very right to have those feelings. But there are also people that stay together because of the kids that are in miserable marriages and spend 18 years lying to their kids.
This is true.
So
very true.
But
again, Devin's email just asked, is he wrong to not want to attend this one event? And I would say, no, you are not wrong, Devin.
I agree. You're not wrong.
Once again, I'll be in the minority.
That's okay.
And now, 3 things you need to know before you go.
President Biden's senior advisors have ramped up efforts to soothe nervous Democrats, placing calls to lawmakers and donors in the wake of Biden's debate performance. Listen to this. Last evening, Biden's campaign chair held a call with more than 500 donors on this one call to try to ease their minds and reaffirm support. Party officials are pushing ahead with plans to formally nominate Joe Biden in a virtual roll call on August 5th. That's 2 weeks before their convention in Chicago. The August 5th date has not been finalized, but if that holds, President Biden would become the official nominee, leaving zero chance for an open nominating convention that some have proposed. Northeast of Columbus, a man in Tuscarawas County is facing his 14th drunk driving charge. Police say 60-year-old John Owens was recently arrested following a hit skip in Dover Township. Owens faces multiple charges now, including felony OVI, driving under suspension, and no operator's license. That is nuts. 14 times. And you can take away his license. Obviously, they did take away his license. That doesn't matter. Yeah. We already know how many of us are driving on a suspended license. I say us because I did it in the past before. Like, people are desperate and they drive whether they have a license or not. That does nothing. That does zero.
Right.
So what do?
Lock them up.
I mean, first time, okay. Maybe it was a terrible mistake. Second time, I will give you a second mistake if you don't kill someone.
Yeah.
Third time, you're done. You're done. You've got a problem.
Unless they're spaced far apart, like years and years apart. You know, but like if you get like 3 and 2 years, you can't drive for a while. And if you, how many was this? 14?
No, but
you're saying 14?
How do you prevent someone from driving? You take away their license, it prevents nothing.
Put them in jail.
Okay, I see what you're saying. For like how long?
Well, I guess
until they can successfully go through rehab. They're
maybe
drinking and driving problem.
I don't know, but you know, you get into double digits. I'm sorry, you're not allowed to drive anymore. And if you get behind a wheel again, you go to jail,
prison.
Yeah,
but you also get the people then that just drive whatever car they can find without really being licensed to do so.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
You can't prevent it, so you put them in jail.
But if you get, I mean, this person did. You're saying when he got this, it was 14.
This is number 14.
When he got the 14th, he got it without having a license.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you go to prison.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way to keep you from getting behind the wheel drunk.
Yeah. I agree with you. I think it's just absolutely nuts. This guy is lucky he doesn't have 14 dead bodies.
Yeah. I mean, people make mistakes. Look, you know, like you said, you drove without a license before, and, you know, Lewis has been arrested 4 times, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
Well, there's a difference between making mistakes and just not caring and keep doing what you're doing, what you know is a mistake.
Right.
Again,
yes, exactly. You're not learning from your mistakes.
And if you've got 12 or 13 or 14 DUIs, you've paid a substantial amount of legal fees and penalties over your life, so you know what the financial cost is. I mean, your insurance has got... How can you even get insured?
Oh, there's no way he has insurance. He doesn't even have a license.
He has a license. He doesn't care.
You can't get car insurance without a license, can you?
No, you have to have a license.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean...
Oh, it's wild. It's absolutely insane. I can't imagine how a person gets away with 14 drunk driving charges without spending years in prison. Oh, well. Anyway, there you go. Tuscarawas County, people. Hey, don't try anything at Red, White, and Boom because Columbus police are ready for you. They'll have a visible presence along the riverfront downtown tomorrow. You can start gathering at 11 a.m. There will be entertainment during the day. Fireworks start at 10 p.m. About 400,000 people are expected. And police say if you see anything suspicious, report it to a nearby officer. It shouldn't be hard to find an officer there tomorrow. They're supposed to be everywhere. So anything suspicious, go report it. What's the weather looking like
I'm
for
just
tomorrow?
pulling up the hourly right now because I wanted to see what we're looking at here. Looks like scattered thunderstorms are going to start at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon and then become 70 to 80% chance of thunderstorms every hour right on through until Thursday morning.
So nature's providing its own boom.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I don't know what they do in this situation. I mean, because does Red, White, and Boom have a rain date?
You know, I feel like they've had to cancel it in the past, and I can't remember what they did.
You know, I mean,
no. You know what? I'm thinking of COVID, so I'm not sure if they ever had to cancel because of rain.
Yeah, because what time did the fireworks start? Did you say 10?
10.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 80 degrees and thunderstorms at 10 o'clock. I don't, 78% chance. So, like, if there are storms going on, doesn't that get everything wet? Or, I mean, let's say at 9:30 the storm's clear. Do they uncover them and shoot them off?
Man, you can ask me 100 questions about Red, White, and Boom.
I don't know.
I'm not going to know a single
works.
answer. Yeah.
And then, and then even with the... like the 4th of July, they're talking about rain and storms on the 4th of July, so that would affect all the suburbs.
The official Red, White, and Boom website says, is there a rain date for Red, White, and Boom? And the answer is no.
There
if
isn't.
the weather prevents the fireworks show, every effort will be made to fire the show off by midnight.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But if it's not possible, the whole thing will be canceled. No rain date.
Dang. Okay.
So that's what they do.
Yeah, Thursday says scattered thunderstorms, only 50% chance, so I'd say the suburbs would have a better shot.
Yeah.
And the suburbs usually do have a rain date.
They do.
Yeah.
You're right.
And like Saturday's going to be beautiful. Saturday's going to be a perfect day.
Yeah.
If they needed to move, the suburbs needed to move to Saturday. So.
Right. Well, there you go. All the Red, White, and Boom information you never asked for. And those are your 3 things.
Well, it's something to think about.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you're making plans to go down there, it's like, well, do we
Definitely.
want to get into this mess? And, I hope everything works out.
Now,
You never,
listen.
you never know. You can't, our weather forecasts, they're wrong a lot. So.
There's a question on this website, redwhiteandboom.org, that says, how early can I claim my spot? Spots can be claimed as early as today after 6 p.m. But if you try to set anything up before 6 p.m., it'll be removed.
Maybe you just pull a big screen out on your back patio and watch like previous Red, White, and Boom firework display.
Oh, it's on
videos.
TV.
That's what I'm saying.
But
Watch it from a year ago and pretend.
I'm laughing that they let you set up tonight. You know what happens in Upper Arlington every year?
Oh, with the parade?
With the chairs that go
Yeah.
up weeks beforehand.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
On the parade route.
Oh, yeah.
They've been up already for weeks.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Chairs there. It's so funny. I absolutely think that's
Derek
hilarious.
says there's a
Hey, we
slight
did it.
risk. It shouldn't be all evening. They've done it before. They can go on earlier or after. We'll have a
Okay,
better
so
idea
there is
tomorrow.
an opportunity to wait until there's a break because they can see the radar. They know if they've got a half an hour to get the fireworks in or not. So
Yep. There you go.